Hello everyone, welcome back to another session with me. I'm Sanyukta Saxena and we have already drawn two beautiful bookmarks in our last two sessions, right? And this was the teaser that I had posted. So today is another third session that we are going to be drawing bookmarks, right? So let's get started right away. And what I'm going to do first is basically add a coffered kind of look to my bookmark, right? So what I'm doing here is just adding a pencil border here, right? And then I'm going to add one more border like this, right? So kind of coffering, adding one more border, connecting the ends to the corners, something like this, right? And then I'm going to first start tangling. So what I'm going to do here is pick up my black pen and first add another aura inside. Of course I'm going to ink the outside also, but I'm first starting to tangle, and then we shall go back to our coffered look. Right, so I'm going to have some more fun with Muka today, and what I'm going to do is again start with nice Mukas, right, and add something like this inside, right, and then I'm going to ink it. This section I'm going to ink it. So this gives a totally different look to my Muka, right? If you want, you can do something in the center also, but I'm not going to do that. I'm first going to draw my Mukas like this, add a little bit of Zen by adding these small, I don't know what is it called, curves inside, and just inking in the V shapes formed. Yeah, and I am going with another tangle called citrus, right? Citrus is not a Zentangle original. Citrus is a tangle, I think, given by Adelaide Bruno. Yeah, so it is a beautiful, delicate looking tangle, something like a slice of lemon. Right, so I'm going to go with a mix of these two tangles. So let's see how does it happen. So whatever spaces I have, first I will use for these two tangles, and then we will go back and see if we need some fillers. Right, just like a slice, I am squeezing in my citrus there, drawing behind, both for my Mukas and my citrus. Yeah, again taking my Muka further, again adding these curvy, just like eek, however I am not making that loop of E, but the strokes are the same. Gives a nice look to my Muka. Yeah, and then again you can add citrus here. So I'm at times drawing the entire, at times just drawing behind. So you can do the way you want. Yeah. Again, I'm going to probably add one here. So basically going to play around with two tangles primarily. In this much space, I think I can do justice with 2 or 3 tangles only. But you can always have a medley, so that's okay. Right, again I'm going to draw one citrus here, draw behind wherever necessary. Right, so take your time and slowly insert the tangles. Right, if you want you can also add some bronze chairs here and there, or you can add fescues, whatever you feel like. Right, so we'll see what do we want to add. First let us add the primary tangle. Right, again so at times I'm just going with half. Yeah, again some bit of drawing behind there. So just going randomly, not planning where what, enjoying my strokes, enjoying the tangles. Right, at times you just want to draw half only. Right, so I'm just going to continue like this. Again I'm going to add a nice one here, probably complete it. Now inside the citrus, these sections that we are drawing, it is generally fine lines. But again, if you want to create a tangulation, there is no dearth of opportunities. So you can play around and not add lines, instead add something else. Right, so that's entirely up to you. How do you want to go about? So just going with the flow. Right, again you can add one nice one here. Right, probably a hidden one here. mocha here. Yeah. So just draw the way you feel like. Go with the flow. I'm just randomly deciding on where to draw what, not following any particular sequence here, right? So just enjoy drawing your mocha a little differently, adding that little zen. Yeah. So now once we have done that, now we have some spaces left, right? So let us see what do we want to do with those spaces. So one thing is to add Bronx shear at few places, right? Let's see. Or we can also go with fine fescues, or we can just aura the rest of the space, right? So when I say aura, we can just add auras like this. Yeah, so let's do that for some of the spaces. We can also add some rounding if you want, right? So I'm just picking up spaces randomly, adding some auras at some of the places, and probably the rest of the spaces we can add something else, right? So take your time, look for those tiny little spaces. And just randomly deciding, nothing particularly in my mind. Also inking at some of the places, always a good idea, right? So here again you can have some bit of auras, and then you can ink the rest of the space, right? So that is also one thing that you can do. It will add to the look. While I'm inking, I may also look into adding some Bronx shears here and there, right? So let's see, how do we want to go about it? Yeah. For example, these spaces, you might want to add some Bronx shears also. So I'm just deciding randomly whatever I feel like at that point of time. Again, we have lot of spaces here, so you might want to add some Bronx shears. Yeah. So Bronx shears is a Zentangle original. Just involves adding some orbs and filling it in. Almost look like grapes. You don't fill it up completely, right? And that's what adds the zen. Again adding some bit of auras, inking here and there. Again some inking, just deciding randomly where I want to ink, where I want to aura. Going with the mix. Again you have a lot of space here, so you can add some auras, right? Again going with some bronze shears here. So take your time and do that exercise. So once we are done with that exercise, I am now going to go to the outer aura. Add that aura. I think I left this part, so you can either add some aura here, add some aura here, add a little bit of inking here, right? So entirely up to us, how do we want to go about. Yeah, I think that was the only space left. So again I'm going to add that outer aura. And then add that coffering. Add one more outer aura. Right? So we are done with that. Now let us add some bit of colors here, right? So I'm going to pick up some metallic shades, as I mentioned earlier also. So let's see what do we want to add. So I have two nice metallic shades as far as my mukas are concerned. So it is entirely up to you whether you want to color them or not, right? So either you can color your mukas or you can go with just coloring your citrus, whatever you feel like, right? So let's see what do we want to do. I will first go with coloring my citrus, right? Citrus looks better if you have these fine lines inside it, like these, but I'm not going to do that for all, yeah, but I will do that for a few. You can also add dotted lines if you wish, right? So for example I did for one. The next one I'm just going to add some color. So I'm using my metallic shade here, not really going by what does it look like. So I'm not looking at adding a lemon color here, right? I'm looking at adding some bright colors, right? So it looks nice to me. So let's go ahead and add it to one or two more. Nice metallic shade which has a shimmer. It reflects in light. Yeah. So if you hold it like this, it has a nice shimmer to it. Just take your time, choose colors what you feel like at that point of time, as per your mood, as per the time of the day, as per your personal choice. That's fine. Yeah, this is just an idea, a suggestion. As I keep saying, make it your own. experiment, enjoy. Yeah, so let's add another shade that's kind of purple. Right, take your time, slowly go to the spaces. You may not color all of them, keep some black and white. Yeah, probably one more purple here. So we don't really press the jelly roll much. You have to use it with a very light hand. The ink flows seamlessly. At times there is a need to clear its nib though. Right? So I'm now going to switch to some copper also. We used it yesterday also, so just going back to it, adding some copper. Right, so I have added copper to one or two of them, and then I'm going to again add some plain lines, keep them black and white, few of them. Right, so I think we have taken care of the tangling part here. If you want, you can go back, add some bit of weights here and there, but I don't think it is required here much. Little bit of rounding here and there. Right, so let's now move to shading. If you want, you can add something to your mukas also, but I'm not doing that here. Right, so I'm going to first start to shade my coffering. So going to add some graphite on both sides. Probably a little more on the lower side. Right, so take your time, add good graphite, thick graphite, a little more than the other side to your coffer look. Right, and then as far as the mukas are concerned, or even for this matter the citrus, those which are white, just add some here. And mukas, let's see, how do we want to add? Probably here inside. Right, yeah. The citrus which we have already inked, colored, I'll use my brush pen to shade it, adding shading to my mochas, right? Let's blend this much first and then we shall see what else do we want to do. So use a blender, start to blend the graphite. Don't blend too much, spaces are small. Make sure you don't make the entire thing gray. Make sure your ink has dried up. Bookmarks is a very nice way to experiment, to try new things with already existing tangles, right? So it gives you that opportunity. In a small space you can experiment and do a lot of things, at the same time create beautiful artwork. Yeah, so now let us blend our coffering. I'm just blending the thick graphite that I put below, and now blending the other side, but not blending too much. Make sure you leave the center white. Yeah, again one side is thicker, blend it. Don't blend the other side too much, just soften it. Again one side is thicker. Blend the graphite, right? And now I'm going to pick up my brush pen, probably add some here also over my shading, just giving it a little darker effect. Yeah, adding it to the side where you have added little more graphite compared to the other side. Yeah, and then using it at certain places where you think it will be harder to add your pencil, so just giving a touch there. Yeah, so it will help you shade wherever there are intersections. You can add that darkness. Yeah, and some bit of graphite here, probably from where lines are merging. Always a good idea to highlight those spaces. Yeah, some here. Yeah, I think we are more or less done. So now if you want to highlight your offered look a little more, it's always a good idea to add some white chalk in the center, although it is already white. but not a bad idea. Yeah, add some more whiteness there, and you can also add some bit of graphite on the inside if you wish, or you can use your brush pen itself. Right, just adding at the edges. Making it a little darker. Yeah, I think that's about it. We don't need anything else here. If you want, you can go on and on. Yeah, let's close our bookmark here. Yeah, so if you want, you can add some bit of for example, I can use my pencil or any gray jelly roll, brush pen, anything, and just add some bit of texture here, for example like this, something in the background. So this is like somewhere there is shattered hidden there, but it's not very visible, right? So you can do that to your simple frame or coffered look. It will look little more decked up, beautiful. Shattuck is a very simple line based tangle, just drawing lines at angle to each other. Keep moving your tile or page, don't move your hand much once it is in its comfort position. Yeah, so that small mild texture looks nice, but do it with your pencil, or if you have a gray jelly roll. I do have it, but I am liking it with my pencil. You can also use a gray jelly roll. Yeah, so done with that exercise of adding shatter to my coffered look. Yeah, so if you wish, you can go back and add or redo some of the lines. That's okay. After shading, if you feel that some of the lines need to be bolder, you can go back and do that exercise. Yeah, so that's entirely up to your discretion. Right, so just touching few lines here and there after using my jelly roll. If you feel like, you can also do that. If you don't, you can do away with this step. Yeah, that's about it. I think we are done. Yeah, so do give your feedback if you think I can change or improve something. I would love to receive it, work on it. So I'm going to close it here now. Put your chalk, sign and date your work. Right, and I shall see you again with another new bookmark, new idea. Till then, have a good time, enjoy tangling. Bye bye.